Oh, good morning, No Man's Sky. It's me, Kevin C, here at APG Action Pants Gaming. Hope you got those action pants on. I'm just going nuts. I'm streaming again. Late night last night. We had a small crowd. I thought I'd try a daytime one, see if we get a bigger crowd. If we do, awesome. If we don't, hey, no big deal. I'm just here to hopefully give some inspiration to y'all and hopefully show you something maybe you haven't seen, or maybe give you an idea, or help you along in some way. That's always my goal. And with that said, I hope whatever time of day it is for you and whatever it is you might be doing, well, I hope it's going good. Alright, we're going to get on to more of this in a little while, but I kind of want to just finish up the center of this right now. So that's what we're going to do. The bubble pipes would be cool here. The bubble ducts, I guess is what they're calling them. Excuse me. So, we mess around with these frickin' corridors, man. It's funny, you build enough circles and you glitch enough stuff, and the next thing you know, you're back working with prefab items. Just to do something different. Come on, there you go. Now, I really wish I could play music while I do this in the mornings, because I build on a lot of dead planets, dead moons. And with that comes no sound but me flapping my frickin' gums incessantly and the sound of the haunting winds of sci-fi. But I'll take what I can get. So what I'm thinking about doing now is as I'm lining this, and again, sometimes, just experimenting. Try one thing, you do part of it. If you don't like it, make sure you got a save going, and that's what we're going to do now before we start deleting things. Yeah, it's even adding in those pipes on the outer bit there, kind of helps highlight everything out. So we need to get something thrown in there. It's but I figure we'll get this finished. Well, not finished, but we'll get this portion of it done. And then we'll work on the underwater corridors and see if we can't get anything going on there. Oreos, welcome to Avante. Thank you for stopping in. Figured I'd try a morning stream. The night streams don't seem to gather much traction. Everyone's getting ready to go to work, so they're in bed. getting ready to work the next day, get their sleep on. So my late night streams, not gaining so much traction. So Hotbox World, you know it, baby. Make the world a happier place. That's my goal. At least a less angry place, that's for sure. That would be nice. Oh, no worries, Davante. I hope you're feeling a little better. You didn't miss much. You never, I mean, quite honestly, you're never missing much with my streams. It's long and sometimes full of information, sometimes full of absolutely nonsense. But either way, it's still fun. And I'm always happy when anybody shows up to hang out while I'm doing this, because y'all are great. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I occasionally like something, a part of something I build, usually. It's like, yeah, I like that part. I like that. I like that, but usually the overall build, I'm like, eh. I still feel like I need to extend the top a little bit, like 2 or 3 more rungs. But yeah, we'll get to the underwater piping in a little bit. I just wanted to finish this central portion of this, get some consistency. Alright, let's move you. This is true, Diamante. Yeah, I've never, it's always like, yeah, that's neat. I like that part, and maybe if I had done this, or if I add it to another thing, which I ever, very rarely do. Well, sometimes I do. Sometimes I'll take a style cue I've done, or a technique I've, that I've used in the past, be it mine or someone else's, and, repeat the process. But for the most part, I try to just kind of go off the cuff, and just use what I start with a lot of times. Yeah, oh geez. Yeah, I've always got, actually, I've got an idea that I ran across to Beeble, and I'm hoping that we can do some form of a collaborative build. And actually, we'll go looking for a build site on that planet today, actually, come to think of it. Oops. And of course, Beeble immediately finds the type of planet we need. And I'm like, how do you freaking do this, dude? He's like, I think I got one of those. But granted, Bobby McGee and Dark Hellboy, welcome. Good morning. Grab your coffee, put your action pants on. But I figured I'd try a morning stream because the night ones are, you know, it's like me and 3 other people, which is awesome. I like the small crew. You know, it's just nice and personable. But, you know, it's nice to have a couple of more brains when I'm trying to figure some stuff out because, you know, I'm not always seeing everything that I should be, which none of us do. Because that would be, you'd have to be pretty damn awesome to see everything. But I figured, you know, a nice morning stream, grab the coffee. You know, I got time off from work until I get cleared by the doctor to go back, so I got time. And I'm tired of just sitting around watching TV. One, it's freezing outside today. It's like negative something out there. And I don't even want to know what the negative is. That's just too cold. I mean, I got good outdoor clothing, thanks to my older brother who sells that kind of stuff. And for Christmas, always gives me awesome, like, expensive clothes I would, 1, never know existed. And 2, even if I did, couldn't afford. Good morning, DG. Thank you for stopping in. So, but like my brother gave me this really nice coat a couple years ago. It was, and then like the other day he's like, yeah, dude, it's like a $600 coat. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me, dude? $600 for the coat? It's awesome. I mean, it's Burton, but damn. $6 that's a PlayStation. PlayStation 5. Hell, that's half of one online when you can't find one and they're $1,000, which I still will refuse, even though, like, even if I were back to work and making money again, and which I will be hopefully in a couple of weeks, as soon as the doctor clears me, I would not spend $1,000 on something that should cost me $400. I just refuse. I'm not paying twice the markup. As much as I really, really want one. I am just not gonna pay that. I mean, if I were making like crazy money, I might, just because it wouldn't matter, but even then I probably wouldn't. I'd be like, no. I'm not buying 2 PlayStation 5s for the, you know, or 1 PlayStation, excuse me, I'm not buying 1 PlayStation 5 for the price of 2. That's just not going to happen. I mean, I really want it, and I'm sure my game would render a lot better and would look a little nicer and whatnot. But Double Dash, is Double Dash in here? Hey, Double Dash, welcome. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, see, already have more viewers today in the morning than I do when I start at like 10 p.m. my time. I think I'm going to kind of do those every once in a while because I like doing the nighttime one, you know, and just having, you know, a small random crew, but at the same time I like a bunch of people hanging out and talking to each other, and any extra brain that can help me out while I'm trying to figure something out in chat is always worthwhile too. So I never freaking turn down some helpful suggestions or, you know, ideas, because definitely there have been times where I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good idea, you know, let me try that, or oh, I didn't think about that. Alright, now how does this look? Yeah, see, very DNA. Oops, I forgot one. There we go. Yeah, make a nice little DNA strand here. simple. Alright, see, now I'm thinking, like, can I make something from this? I feel you, Davante. My little insect brain doesn't do so well all the time myself. Excuse me. Now, it would be cool, you know, if you could look down the center all the way down, but I wanted to decorate it just so I didn't waste the setup, to be honest with you. I could probably come up with some crazier ideas, but I think for today, you know, and for now, I might add a, you know, a little extra bit of accoutrement. Randy Davis, welcome, welcome. Thank you for stopping in. But that does kind of look like a nice little DNA strand. You know, simple. Use the right parts. There we go. Yeah, I need to extend that top rung up a couple. It's a little too short in order to match that bottom. So we need to bring that up a little bit. We need to throw in like... I feel like it's missing a strand, don't you? Or maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just not looking at it at the right angle. There we go. That looks more appropriate. Okay, I thought I was like missing, you know what I mean? You look at it in one direction and it doesn't look as complete. You look at it another direction and it looks more, you know. Later, Dark Cowboy. Good luck, my friend. I'll join you later on. I'm not going to go marathon-y. But I did want to do something in the morning. You know, more people are awake. I'm more awake. But usually the nighttime streams, you know, it's usually like me and KJ and sometimes like one or two other people, depending. But, you know, and then, you know, people drop in and whatever, but. Alright, now I'm debating on giving a little bit of an extra bit to this. I don't like the spinny part. Ah, shoot. But I do like the, you know, just that little bit of extra texture I think might help with the blue. But I think for now that will do. Okay, so let's get back on to working with these. Last night, we'll head over to another area for a minute or two. So I'm trying to come up with this method to make these things work and get, you know, directions and things. So I'm trying to come up with a little formula here, but it's not easy, you know, to come up with a technique. But we learned a very important lesson last night when I was making the initial setup for and I will explain that in just a minute. I'm just doing a making sure I can get through everything moment, which we can. So, this ball of round rooms is, yeah, see, and this is not, I'm just kind of, I figured something out last night, and yeah, we're not centered here, which is okay. But there's got to be a way to get this more centered. Now, Joby had a technique last night, and I couldn't quite understand where he was going with it. But even his isn't quite centered. So I don't know if it's entirely possible to do it. But we'll get on that. But the reason I need this setup here is we need to be able to bend the elbows, all right, in order to change directions on some of these, vertical traversing areas. We need to be able to twist these elbows around. And in order to do that, you need to, get a couple of different directions for the corridors. So, for those of you that weren't here last night, we'll head over to the little practice area for this type of thing here. So yeah, just creating the initial, and this needs to kind of be in the center of your build, or, so you kind of have to, if you want to use this particular technique, or you're going to be, twisting stuff around individually. So I'm going to try a couple of different little methods here to see if we can't create it. I'm kind of going, it's trying to get the round room centered. That's really the difficult part. There's got to be something I'm missing. Because I can center the floor panel, but the floor panel centered on the round room isn't centering the round room. That's the odd problem. Wait a minute. If I center it, then move it. Back out and then back in. Yeah, see, there's a lot of like in and out and in and out. Mama gotta squeeze my daddy never sleeps at night. There's a lot of back and forth building, build this, remove it, put something back in its place, etc., etc. All right, let's get working here. Devante, I am still in process. Take a couple drags, put it out, wait a few hours, take a couple drags, put it out. Although when I'm gaming, it's a little tougher. I don't know why. But instead of a pack a day, I'm a pack every 3 days now. So I am making progress. Okay, so this setup here is important, okay? Now, take a look here. It looks pretty centered, right? Everything looks pretty even. Blah, 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 blah. And I'll show you how I got to this. But if you take the corridor here and you look at the center line of the corridor, you can tell that it's not. Right? It's a little shifted. Bunk, bunk. Now, let's go. Did Joby? Yeah, I think Joby's is over here. Now, Joby had a different method. Oh, I didn't save Joby's? Oh, shit. Oh, no. I need Joby. Alright, so, okay. We'll start another version of this here. Now, Joby's method separates the center 1, which is important, okay? So we actually need to redo the center one. Because in order to walk through it, oops, I just screwed up. I wasn't paying attention. Because in order to walk through, it has to be separated a certain way. And I was moving mine in, and I shouldn't have. Okay, so I think that was part of the problem with that. Now, and then when I went back to the original, and I'm like, okay, this is my setup. How did I get here? All right, let's try to make this. In the process, I didn't realize that I had made one of them different than another one. Okay, so I'm not sure where I changed, you know, my method. So we're going to try 2 different methods here. Well, we're going to try a couple probably, because we need to make this work. Now, the frickin' bubble ducks, man, 37%. That shit isn't moving at all. It's just like sitting there. Like, come on. Did I do a second save after I deleted? I did not. Okay, that's how I know. Well, let's get rid of that. Okay. Now I'm going to show you something here, and this is the important part. Now, if you want to make a double version, okay, the doubled up version, which I just think looks better, okay, the tubing itself looks better as a double up, right? The underwater just has a nice look to it. If you're doing a single version, it doesn't matter. You just got to get it kind of in this, you know, get this ball set up here, and that's what we're about to do. But if you look at these lights on the outside, okay, the little dot lights here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we got 2 close, and then 1, 2, right? That's what we're looking for. And then if you look at these other ones, we only see these 2 dots. Bump, bump. All right, so that's the important distinction. Like this, it's too close together, you can't walk through. Like this, you can. So that's what we need to do. Okay. Like a lot of times I'll build something and then I'm just thinking of, okay, I need to get to this. So I'm just like, all right, boom, boom, boom. All right, there. Okay, good. I got it. Now it's there. And then I forgot the process of how I got to it. And then later I'm like, oh, I need to know that. I should probably figure out a way to, pay attention, write some stuff down. But, you get into your build and, you're like, all right, I need to get this part over there and it needs to turn here. And then you're just thinking about, all right, well, how do I make that happen? You're not like, okay, well, stage 1. Do this. Stage 2, do that. Stage 3, add this. Until later when I'm like, okay, I got it, and I kind of remember parts of it, and then I'll fill in the blanks and or hopefully find an easier way to do it in the process. So, if we look at this ball, we'll see that we only have 2 dots on each one of the sides here. Okay, 2 dot, 2 dot, 2 dot. Now you're not going to walk through your central, your turned corridors no matter what you do. Okay, the way the character's set up and the way the game's set up, your character doesn't fit in horizontally, or so your character's vertical, that corridor's now horizontal, your character's not going to fit in. But even doing it the way I set it up, when you double it up, like so, you can't get through, okay? You can see there how the door folds over. Now, if I could get them to squeeze in the exact same spot, which I thought is what I was doing, because I was just flipping that one floor panel over, which, you know, technically should be, but the way that the prefab room is shaped and the way it works, it's not quite. Sort of like the paver, you know, it doesn't quite fill in the same space as it should. Like the paver should, you know, when I put a and the triangle, you know, I mean, it's there, the size relationship is a little bit different. Anyway, I digest. So what we're going to do is we're going to build another one of these balls here. We're going to start super fresh. Pink, pink. Okay, so we need you. And then we need got that. Okay, so this is the bottom of that round room, right? So if I take that, okay, so there's our, but see how it's like kind of funky? It's not quite the bottom. You know, it's like just a little bit different. And then if we okay, so that's our beginning. Alright, so here's where our round room would be. That's normal. So now, if I decide I want to flip this, right, and I put them in the same space, let's see what happens here. Let's get our flipping tools. Get my flipping tools. What I mean by flipping tools is my little tool belt here of paver and whatnot. So now if we just flip this, right, it should take up the same space. Alright, so that should technically take up the same space, right? If it's flipped upside down and underneath, Then you bring that one up. That should. Okay, so we have our 2 dot. It takes up the same space. And, you know, if you use a single corridor and then double up the doors, you still can't get through. Now, if you bring a corridor through, but here, I'll show you what I mean. Oh, wait a minute. No. Yeah, okay. See how it folds over here just enough where when you put the door on, and this is a good door to show that example. Wait a minute. Oh, I know what I did. Never mind. Even though we're sharing the same space here, there we go. That's what I'm trying to do. Now, if you look here, now you can't get through this door. Now it becomes a window, right? Becomes a sliding glass window, which, you know, if you want to build a drive-through, this would be cool. You got yourself you build yourself a drive-through and yeah, I'd like so we need this, your first one. Now it doesn't matter, and I'll show you why it doesn't matter, hopefully. The first one has to be set up differently. Okay, this one in order to use a double. Now, obviously, if you're just going to do the single style, it doesn't matter. You know, you can walk through and, you know, add doors and it doesn't matter. You know, but if you're trying to achieve the look, which I think in this particular setup looks a little bit better, then you need to double up your rooms. Okay. So, what Joby was doing in order to get that spatial relationship was he was going up one wall, right? Although, yeah, I know this is about to be dumb as hell, but I'm going to do it anyway. I apologize. I want to start with the bottom one. Okay. So, I want to try to keep in the same plane here. Alright, so we're going to bring this one up. And we're going to flip that one around. now that should give us what we're looking for. Now the rest of them, again, it doesn't matter. You know, we saw it on my other build where we started this. You know, that traversing bit in glass, you know, in the underwater tube, you can still, you know, get around. So okay, now we have the 4 lights. Okay, now we're good. Now we can get through this. So now if we add in our corridor, now look at the difference though in terms of, see the spacing here on the window, it's much more narrow. But now we know, based on using this door, that we'd be able to get through that space, right? Because now we don't have the same blockage we had before. Hey, come on. Alright, well, maybe we do. Hold on. Also helps if you have a way to kind of get on there. There. What the hell? Really? Alright, something's different now. What the heck is the difference? It's working over on the other spot. I hate when this sort of things happen. It's like these little minor things that just kind of ruin everything. Nope. What am I doing different? Now, with the underwater, I know we can get through, but I should be able to get through this door. Is it the door? Is it that door specific? And then yep, so we're gonna have to do the one up thing then. It is, it's door specific. Alright, so even Joby's method doesn't work to get through that corridor. Okay. So interesting. So what I was doing was I was still using a wall, but I was adding in that's the bottom of our prefab. Bobby. Gecko GT, what's going on? I mean, it looked like the, you know, looked like the other one, unless. All right, so when I did the other flip around, I did. I did a wall. find the short wall. No, I know what I did. I moved it. No, I just freaking flipped it. And that's the other thing I don't get. If I'm just putting this in the same damn space, the door should be in the same height. Something ain't right in the world of glitch building right now. Because I know that looked the same as the other one. And I know I can walk around, and it might be just a question of changing, but I should be able to get through that door set. When I flipped it. Period. Like, I have it set up already. It's working in like a number of other spots. Why it's not now is totally beyond me. I'm not quite sure what the difference is, which is odd. Yeah, I need an Atlas pass. Platinum. To get through. The short wall. It's got to be the short wall. That's what I did before. It has to be. That's the only explanation. It's the short wall. Yep. It requires the short wall. It's got it. Okay. See, it's weird. You know, you flip it over and you expect it to share the exact same space, right? But for some reason, it's not. What the ever lovin'? The only other thing I can think of is I added this first on the other ones. I know what I did. I know exactly what I did in order to get the doors to work. Okay, I know my problem. Getting the doors to be on the corridors is actually, that's the trick. All right. I think this is what I did. I don't know why this would change it, but it's the only other thing I can think of that I did differently. That's not it either. Or is it? What did I do differently? Because you ain't walking through that either. Something. What the Forkenheimer? Richard, what's going on? How you doing? What's different? What is different? What is different? What is different? All right, we need to go look at what's different. We need to figure this out because this isn't funny anymore. Now I'm getting a little like, what did I do that made that doorway? Work. What spacing did I change? Because look, this looks, all right, we're looking at the spacing here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 lights. Sue, what is up? Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, see, morning times, much more people in the morning if I stream. I mean, I tried a couple of late night streams, and I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, people came in, but it was like 3, 4, 5, you know, people. Just nice to have, you know, late night. But I think most people during the week are sleeping at the time I would start. And then kind of like back when I was working at the bodega. But my morning, excuse me. All right, what is the major difference? I don't think there is any. Okay, yeah, see, look at this door. Where's the other one? We need to figure out how we got the spacing for that door. For the initial door. This door. Alright, so what does that look like via corridor? Those are right on top of each other like that. Catherine, welcome. Yeah, no worries, DG. It's just usually that late nobody's awake anyway, you know. Everyone's Alright, we need to figure out how I managed to get this started like that. Because this first one is actually this right here. It all came off of this piece right here. So, what the fork did I just do? And this is 3. What change did I make? We're going to have to figure this out because this is important if you want to use a double up like this. So this comes off of here like how? We'll just reload our manual save. And this one folds here. What the which obviously is not that. I must have done some freaking finagling. Alright, so there's the door. It is off of that. Alright, let's go back to, let's reload. Okay, so it's the windows. The windows go in to the room. It's the spacing on that, though. It has to be. Adam Mac, what's going on? Double dash. The only thing I can think of is that came in from... That might have come in from the columns setup. But the way I flip floors over is the same every time. It's always just the block, the paver, and the pyramid. So that's why I'm confused as to why... See what I mean, though? When I look at this, I want to bring that strand up. Like here. Like that one side doesn't look... Yeah, it needs like 2 more rungs. So this is the door I'm trying to get, alright? That shape. We know the shape now. We know what we're looking for. But it's the same thing I've done every time. I've flipped them the exact same way every single time. Why this time is it so different? Alright, let's go experiment. Let's figure this out. We got a problem to solve. I like that. Alright, I know that I used a wall. Because what I did was... Alright, when I originally did this, alright, for that setup... No, I've got coffee. It is my first coffee of the day. That might be the problem here. Okay, so... Let's try this until we get it. I'm now determined. There is a way. I've done it. We've seen it. It's there. It exists. And let's reload back here, shall we? Alright, so how I did it last time, I do know at least that much. I do know part. I did this. And then... Good night, DG. Get some rest. You probably got work tonight. Tell Pez I said, hey, what up? Hope he's doing good. Oops, no, I want that. Okay, so then I remembered I didn't have... I couldn't see the floor, so I'm like, right, I can't see the floor. And then I added in this. And then although I'm going to put that in a different spot. And then I took that, I added it here. I added it there rather. Then I flipped it. Oh no, wait a minute. Yeah, I flipped it. Yeah. No, I flipped it, moron. That's later. And then I brought that one up. Could that be it? That wouldn't make any sense, though. That would still be the same. Yeah, we're still... Nope, that was the difference. I had to bring it up. That's bizarre. Was that really the difference? That can't be. But it is. Is that the same door? Nope. That's not right either. But it sure looks like that other one, doesn't it? Oh. No, wait. It's not quite on top. I wonder. All right, then we did the windows, right? We came off from the window section, which is still the same as the door, that's where I don't get it. You know, why that is different. But I wonder if metal makes a difference over the concrete, that spacing. Enra Silver, welcome. Thank you, DG. Just wanting that bot. So now, if we do... Maybe if we do it like with the windows, that makes the difference. Is that it? That's the difference. Okay, so it doesn't snap off the corridor the same way. The corridor door is a little different, maybe? I don't know. Well, can I even get through this, though? There's the question. It looks like I can. The door looks different. And I can get through it. The only thing I changed, and that door looks, yep, there's that shape. There's the lighting. The only thing I changed was metal and concrete. That's the only thing that was different that I just did. That much of a change, that much of a difference. Base Chulo, what's going on? How you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Welcome, welcome. We're trying to solve a problem here. Okay, so now, right, we used metal there. So I brought it up. Okay, so we had our original one on the bottom, right? Which we snapped to our center point. Then I came in with this concrete, and I'm wondering if I changed. All right, then I came in with the concrete. All right, so now I came in with the concrete, stacked it, flipped it. Now, just for fun, let's see if okay, so there's that, right? And then we put another one on, put the floor panel on, raised it up a wall, flipped it over, and then brought the bottom one up into it. Okay, so that's what we're doing. We're bringing the bottom in. But now, if I go concrete, as opposed to metal, and I wonder if wood would make a difference too. So now I've used concrete. No, we're still getting the same. Okay, I don't know what made the difference. I think it's maybe just bringing it up from the bottom. Maybe that's what it was. So there we go. Okay, so that's how we get to this. I got to bring it up from the bottom. Why that makes a difference, I'm not sure. But that apparently is okay, so one, there we have it. That's how we do it. It's about the window. It's about skinning that first, getting that spacing, getting that spacing. But now I'm curious as to what if I just do a I would all right, base. Recommend playing it in VR or normal first. If you're used to VR, then yeah, but I don't think it looks as nice in VR. It's a little wonkier in VR. I would probably start off in normal, get your bearings in the game, then go to VR. Would be my. I mean, it still is cool as hell in VR. Don't get me wrong. I can't do VR very well because I get, I can't do it for long. I haven't used it in a while either. Maybe I might try that. Maybe I'll do a late night VR stream. It won't matter. It'll be nice and quick. There won't be a lot of people. Although it is Friday, so that might change things. But yeah, I'd say if it were me, I would start in normal and get used to the game, then go into VR. And for building, ooh, that's a good question. I've never built in VR. I think just controller normal would be best. I couldn't even imagine building in VR. Maybe that's a stream I'll do, trying to build in VR. Maybe I'll do that. That might be interesting. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I want to try something here. Yeah, so that's it. It's build one, put one on top, put the flooring up there, go up one wall, and there you have it. And then flip that over. Because if you just do it standard like, which you would think would make sense, wait a minute. Okay, so that was there, then I put one on top. Yes. And then I'm just going to do this here real quick. That's going to be that. And then I just don't understand why if you're sharing the same space with this, why it doesn't actually just share the space and become one door. Because it's not, you know what I mean? You know what I'm getting at? You know what I mean, Vern? Alright, so it is important to skin it first. The door sizing on the corridors is different. And I should probably move my ship out of the way, huh? Oh, that's where our right side up one is, so we're okay with that. Never mind. Okay. So, if we just flip it now, okay, if I flip it, doesn't share the same space anymore? But what if I go in using a corridor instead? Yeah, look at the gap it creates. So I just can't stack that underneath, huh? Okay. Oh, there it is. Yeah, see, that's interesting. Now I can do that, but look at, yeah, all right. So you figure it would share the same space, but see how that didn't want to go in without doing some, know what I mean, Vern? Exactly. You know it. You're vibing there. You got me. You're grokking me. See, that's a very different doorway. Okay, so you can't just flip it like that. That's too bad. Alright, so you do have to start. Alright, let's get this so we get it. Alright, we're going to get it so we know how to do it every time. Right? So, round room. Placed. We're going to flooring, round room, place flooring, take arch or door or wall. I'm just gonna grab the arch here for now. Take arch, put arch on flooring. Put flooring on backside of arch. Flip flooring. Why did I just do that? I'm just flipping it. I'm not doing the turn, remember. Flip flooring. We haven't even gotten to that part yet. Flip floor. Remove archways. Remove paver. Add in upside down. Carry in right side up. There it is. Now we have the formula for that. Okay. Yay! So now we can get a double up room that we can get into without, should have no issues getting into, right? Now this should allow me to walk into it doubled up like that. We're going to double check it, but it should. That should be, yeah. Yep, okay, so there we go. That is our spacing. In order to get a double up room so that you can walk into it, have a double door, that has to do, okay? That's it. We now have a formula to make a double up room, which is Joby's method of, but we did try that and we had an issue with that, remember? So it is a little bit different. There is a spatial difference. Although I wish Joby's was still here, because that way we could try it. But, you know, Joby did do the same basic thing, but that didn't seem to work for us, right? And now, even on the, if we put the doors on the corridor now, as opposed to these doors, we should end up with, oh no, okay, so if we put the doors on the corridor in this way, we're still going to get them closed off, because these aren't made for the corridor. You can still walk through the corridor like this, that's fine. But in order to get the door, the wall door, we then need to add it in via the window, like so. Oops. And now we have the proper door that we can walk through. And then if you attach your corridor, now you're going to have two spots where this is going to happen. It's going to be your door, see right here? You're going to be your door or the wall. See that? That little change right there? Bump, bump. And if you look at your two dots over here on the left of the corridor, they're at an angle there. Know what I mean, Vern? You see me doing that, Vern? Right there? Bink, bink. So, now if you want to break the plane and keep the round room, then you need to you got to keep that connected to the corridor, right? But then if you put the corridor on, you know, you can't walk through the door. But just because we only need one at the moment to see if we're connected to the door or not. So there are little bits and pieces here that you got to keep an eye on here, right? Alright, so so we have one corridor that isn't breaking the plane, I think. Or what you do is this. This would probably make more sense. Is part placement. So connect your corridors. Now you've broken the plane. Now you want a door there though, right? You don't want to just let people walk in all willy-nilly. And now what you do because I've had this set up where you could get from, you know, Okay, so that door isn't going to work, obviously, right? Now, this is some testing with standard corridor. Now, if I want, I'm thinking here. See, if we use the glass corridors, that changes things, and that's why I'm doing all this setup is actually more for the glass stuff than the regular stuff. But now I'm kind of curious. It's like, all right, well, what can I get in now? You know, if that's my spacing, now am I going to have to? See the difference between the door and the corridor? Look at that much gap. Now I'm wondering if I put the door on now. Now look at this on the corridor. If we had the corridor, the door on the corridor, it's all wacky. But because we want to use glass, all right, and the underwater stuff, this is where this all starts to matter. Now, doubling up on a round room with a corridor or your regular door, you're not going to be able to really get into it. I don't think. So now if we do it via glass, and that's just to break the plane. Then we chuck our windows in. Are you freaking kidding me? But with the glass, get over here, buddy. I know we can get in here. There we go. For some reason, with the glass corridor doubled up, you can. All right, so that's why I'm really stoked that we found that. We found that little trick here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to put this on here and just see where we are for spacing. See what difference. Yeah, it's about the same as the corridor. But at least you can walk through this one. Whereas the standard corridor you cannot. Oh. Granted, there would be a floor here. There we go. So, usable space, traversable with the glass corridor. Okay, now, problem number 2. Alright, so the door I got by skinning. The spacing we can probably do... Let's try Joby's method real quick and see if we can't get the same door going. So Joby's method... starts with it here, because there's our wall height difference, right? Yep, there's our wall height difference. And then if we just do it like that without bringing it in from the bottom, is that going to make a difference? That's what I'm wondering. Okay. Now that does look the same, and for all intent and purpose it should be. You know, the only difference here is I didn't bring it up from the bottom, I just snapped it in. So now if we take our door and our window setup again, are we going to get the same door? Okay, we are. Good. And then it would just be a question of connecting, you know, the water tube. So when doing this, the standard corridor on that door just doesn't seem to work, right? Yeah, look. See? Now we do that, we throw a standard door on there. Where is it working now? What the I give up. We've done this the same way I don't know how many times, and it just seems to change periodically. I'm almost certain we're doing the same damn thing each time here. But maybe not. It makes no sense. I don't get it. We did this last time and it was a different height. Hey, Will Badger. Yeah, I was on last night, but, you know, it didn't seem like there was too many people up and awake and whatnot. I don't get it. You watched me do this the same way each time and it was different, so I don't know. I've given up. At least I know we can get the base done pretty easily. Alright, so... And actually this time I'm going to go freaking different. I'm going to try it a different way. Let's go here. Here's our base one, right? And if it's a wall difference in height, then let's go here. Let's flip this one over. Okay, so that's flipped over, right? Or was I pulling off? Oh, never mind. I know what I did different on that. I was using the doorway and not the corridor. All right, so it's a question of the corridor in its spot or the right on Enra Silver. Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, so I think it's a question of corridor versus and is it just me or does this not look like something messed up? Oh, you know what it is? I know what it is. It's coloration. There we go. That's part of it anyway. Alright, so it is upside down right there. Okay, so now, corridor, if we just do a standard corridor off this, we won't be able to get in, right? Or will we? No. Okay, so, standard corridor coming off of this folds over here, which then creates that fold over on the wall, or on the door here. Boom. Boom, which gives us that shape, which we can't get into. Okay. Oh, Enra's about to stream. Alright, you know what? Hold on. Then, if we do, oops, door, window, we have the proper spacing, which gives us the door that we can get through. Oh, where are you heading, Will? You going somewhere fun or somewhere for work? So, in order to get through your corridor, and actually now if I put a corridor on that door, right? Now we have a corridor on that door set up, as opposed to our round room setup. Okay, now we should be able to, although the corridor sizing might be different, we might not, but I think we will. Nope, we can. So now we have a door that we can get into. However, we have a corridor that we cannot get into. Okay? And this is why we test. So now, if I take the corridor and I break the plane of the round room, which is going to be kind of difficult to see. There we go, which is there and there, which gives us a narrower viewpoint. Now, I can't get through because it's not breaking the plane of the door. Okay, with the door. Alright, see where I'm going with this? Now, I think I can get in here. Can I get in this way? Yeah. Alright, so I mean, yes, you could probably pop on. Oof, there we go. So, oh, I can get in, but we're not breaking this outer plane at this point. So I can still walk through this apparently, so that's good actually. Oh, I'm sorry. Going back to Jersey. Oh, I'm really sorry, man. My condolences. My mom passed 20 plus years ago now. She was like 49. I outlived her last year, that's right. You're not too far away from me, actually. I'm in Massachusetts, so you're a couple hour drive and you'd be near me. I think it's like 3, maybe 4. So, okay, we can get in that way. We don't break the plane of the door here. If I add on corridors normally, what's going to happen here? That happens. Then we add a door on to break the plane of the corridor. As a double up. And then we can't get into this door. Right? Can I get out of it? This doesn't break the plane. Alright, using the corridor to the door. Alright, so you gotta put the door in first with the windows to get the spacing to get your door. Because if you just put the doors on the corridors, that's what you get. Okay, you get a weird... Yeah, I'd like a fry, Geck burger, and a small Glorbian cola. And then this way, if we just do a standard corridor off the corridor, and then do this door, what happens? Because this door is more centered, then you could do an entrance that way. So you could... See, we can't get out that. Not enough space, right? But with the doors that are made for the corridor in this spacing, well, still, well, it's never good, you know, to lose a family member on any level, you know. But yeah, my mother was not expected when she passed, obviously at the age of 49. Was unexpected, and no particular reason. They just said heart failure. She just passed. She had quit smoking and was trying to eat healthier, and yep. But still, I hope everything goes well, my friend. Alright, we learned a few things here. This is good to know, alright, because I'm trying to figure out ways to change up round rooms and also to use these corridors, get spacing proper, so... I mean, the thing, too, is we don't need... Yeah, that's the other thing. I'm wondering now, too, if we're doing... I've got an idea. But I also need a minute because I'm starting to feel a little wonky. So nice to see things when they're lined up and centered properly. Look at that. How that lines up here. Well, that's so good. So we learned. Okay. In order to get the spacing to use a door, and let's see if that's going to apply in a standard situation as well, but we're dealing with round room prefab components right now. But I am curious to something here. And now I forgot what it was I was curious about. Prefab door, oh yeah. So if I do this, and and then we do that, we add you, do a little flip-a-doo, flip-a-doo, flip-flip-a-doo, grab my paver and my block too, flip-a-doo. Alright, then we grab a U, and we do U, and we know doodly 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 doo 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 doo. Ain't quite the same now, is it? It is not. So there's a specific kind of height for that door and the fold over. Let's see what it is. So if that's standard wall height and you flip a door, one, it's not going to want to repeat itself apparently. Okay. So you could have a cool window that opens, right? Walking along and be like, hey, let's get a view outside. So you do have that as an option, right? It's a window. Throwing a couple of, although apparently it's not going to want to stick. Or either that or I didn't have snap placement on. But it actually doesn't appear that it wants to. I wonder if it has something to do with that. But it does not. Interesting. And now it wants to go nowhere near that on the side. We have lost our snap point on the sides. And in fact, has gotten even odder now. Okay. So, I guess to combat that, which it should just stick here, right? This should just follow suit. But for some reason, you lose the snap point. and you can't just carry through, which is kind of an annoyance. But if you want to take more time and deal with more hassles, and still achieve that look, you can't even. That's how much it kills the snap point. That, my friends, is silly. You can't even put a snap. You can't. That shouldn't be. That's BS. See, it won't even ghost there now. Alright. Now, we're fine. But the minute we throw in and look, is that even on that? When we put that short wall on there, it looks a little offset, didn't it? No, okay, we're good. So if I do that, now will I get anyone that will... Okay, so that will go in. Because it's following that short wall. The short wall will not snap on top of itself. It will snap in here, underneath, and oddly here. But it says piss off right there. So that's kind of a pain. Wow. So we could... Okay, so we could, I suppose, try this. Alright, we're walking along. We got you. We got you or you, but the minute I flip one of you upside down, you guys go nuts. Okay, so if we put you here, There we go. Now we can do an extension. And that's the only way you'd be able to do it. Crappy thing is, you know, if you wanted a certain look, you'd have to, you know, play around with flipping that floor panel until everything faces the way you want it to. Gasshopper, what's going on? Hi from New Jersey. Well, Gasshopper, Will Badger's going to be in your neck of the woods. Neck of the woods. Words. Why did I just... Neck of the woods. Why did I even say that? Your neck of the woods. But now, you know, if you wanted, you have... You have a little window, a little pass-through, you know, for... I want to see what it's like out. So, you could potentially... You just got to do a little extra work. You got to carry that wall around, you know. Now, I'm wondering if we can't... Now, again, see, we're stuck here. Now I can't even put anything in this spot. Nothing will go here. So in order for me to even... You have to start, like, from scratch. I can't even adjacency here. Now, I'm wondering though, what if I... Okay, that's... Okay. So, you know, again, I'd have to do... And we're going to want to go with the... And the reason I like the concrete is it gives you some tab directionality, so I know that way should be the direction I want. So now, since I can't throw anything into this space anymore, because it's, you know, these snap points are canceling each other out, come in here. Oh, so I want the other direction. I want the tabs facing upwards. Okay. Okay, so try that again. First initial way in is forward. Okay. And then if we take this, want the tabs like that. Oh, no. Okay. So underneath... you got to keep an eye on your... Keep an eye on the tabs. So I want this direction, right? Okay. So, 1, 2, 3. Now we're facing the same direction, as opposed to the other one where we didn't rotate the floor, you know, to get that positioning in. So now, a little 1-2 there. And now we got a nice little matchy-matchy. Now you got a nice, you know, it's not a door, it's a window. And hello, how are you out there? Oh, you don't, sorry, I don't want any. We don't need more carbon here, sir. We're in creative. Hello, do you have Quicksilver? No? Okay. So now you get a nice little automated window. All right. Now, if I want to get a door or a double door out of that, what do I need to do? I need to get the same spacing as this. So, and that ends up oops. See, and this goes over halfway on the floor. See, that's what I'm talking about. There's something funky with the sizing, like why I've been having such an issue trying to line this up for the initial, for the ball. What time is it? I think I started at 10:30. What time did I start this morning? 9:30? 10:30, 11:30? Yeah, I could go a little bit longer. But I gotta get some stuff done today now that I'm starting to feel a little more like myself. I can actually button my pants, move around. There's still some sharp, weird, but I think it's the tack from the hernia mesh. Alright, well, we had to kind of figure out that one thing. That one thing was super important. The door spacing. .630 fume metal. So, you know, getting the door spaced, you know, for a double door that's not on a corridor. And actually, and see now that that's doubled up here. Again, you know, it's just you gotta just keep an eye on stuff. So if we do this kind of door, we're gonna get that kind of window. And if we do this kind of door now, off of that door spacing, we're going to get a door that we can get through. But that spacing came from putting the window door combination, you know, universal adjacency in this spacing. So that's kind of the deal. If you want a Cora door or like a double up door here. Now I don't know what the spacing is short wall to thing here. We can figure that out at some point, but I don't want to do it right now. We'll leave that for another time. Alright, we are going to do a little save here. Do I have a save? There you are. You're right in front of me. And we're going to head off to our construction area where we're actually trying to get around, and I'm going to end up there. Actually, yeah, never mind. You know what I was thinking. Bring it over there where the window was, but yes, this is where we're going to. Oh, well, see, that's an important thing to. I'm glad I did what I did there. Took the time to, measure that out, figure out why, it looks so different, why, I could get through one but not the other. And it was just all a question of the door corridor combination and that first initial spacing, which can be done both ways, either which is the separating the two heights. But when you build it on top of the first one, it seems to kind of interact with each other. All right. And because I know, even though this is not 100% centered, it works. Everything works. All right, so that's the concern. Like the ones that are flipped vertically, in this particular one, to get our elbow turns, where these are the two light, we're not walking through these. Okay, so they don't need to be that particular spatial distance. So it's not really a concern, so if you just flip the one panel over, you don't got to do that, this spacing here. This spacing is important because that's what leads to the doorway and your walking tunnel. Okay, the space on your walking tunnel is important. Yeah, this spacing here I can still walk through with a regular corridor attached, I'm pretty certain. We'll test that out in a second. But if you are trying to omit, the standard doors and then, do the double up version like I have, the dual door, this is the setup that is required, is that bit of spacing. So now the spacing I've got going on here, again, I can't put a standard door on that. Okay? It's not going to open. If I put this door on, we're going to get a door we can get through, because that door is more centered. Okay, just where it is, it's centered for this corridor. So I can get in there and out, I can use that, if I need to. So I can still walk through this. It, spatially it works, if you want to use that. But when things get tricky is when you're trying to break plane, okay? Like I'm trying to break the plane of a round room, or trying to break the plane of the door, and get through that. That's where your spacing is paramount. And when it's horizontal, when you're walking. What the other positions are for are primarily for this elbow, your vertical ascent and descent, throughout, using the underwater tubing. Okay, so, and in order to twist these around, that's what we got to do. Okay, so I'm gonna noodle for a little bit here. And then we're going to see who's on, and we're going to raid somebody today, because I'm remembering. Normally I forget. Now this is too high. I know this is. So I'm gonna keep it in case I don't like it, and then I can at least have something here. And a little platform to stand on to boot. Woohoo! Alright, so now what I want to do is I want to remove this because it's too high. We're obviously cutting into our corridors, so we can't get in there. So that's no good. So we're going to remove this. Oh, nope, nope, we're not going to copy it. We're going to remove that. And we're going to drop that a couple. I did like the lighting though, unfortunately, but we can come up with something for that. Alright, so I want to drop this wall down until it does not hit, or we'll try something completely different. And we'll see what this looks like. And that should be good. If we can get it to snap there. There we are. Alright. And then we might not even need to go down that low. Looks like we can just kind of drop it right there. That looks good. Looks like it might work. What are you here? So you're a holder. Okay, that's a holding spot for that section right here. Okay. So we're going to move this here. And then we're just going to extend this out to see where this goes. And that goes right over the top. Is that going in? Yep, so that's too high. I got to figure out how to go down a floor panel, because that seems to be what I'm going to need. Oops. So we'll go down one more. And then there we go. So we're going to go down 2. And then where do you end up? You end up right above, so that's good. There. And then all we got to do is wrap this like so. And then, just because, let's see what this does. There we go. And now, if we extend a floor panel or something off of it, and we don't necessarily even need a floor panel, we're upside down, so we could use something to give us some lighting, like so. And then actually, no, we don't want that. We're gonna do that. That was weird. Now it doesn't want to do nothing. What the hell? Oh, there we go. Okay. Alright, so it's not going to snap over that because it's snapping on the roof. But what I could do I wonder if I flipped it, if it would make a difference. Yeah, it's not even going to let me do this because we're connected to... I was hoping I could maybe adjacency it through, but it doesn't want to do that either. So we're going to do that. We do that. We do that. We do that. That. Hopefully that. And then we can do say Alright, so that, see, we need to think about things like this a little bit more too. Like, okay, we need to bring that out. One more, you know. And the thing is, as well, if you can get this set up somewhere else, you know, you can kind of copy these items, you know, and they will. But part of it too is the direction that you're sending other things, you know, what directions you're dealing with. So we could bring this back one, you know, to get that in there, but yeah. Now it would be great. See, that snaps on here, which is cool, but it'd be cool if I could get it to do something else. There it goes. Kind of what I want. I wonder if... See, it sits there. Oh, so close. That actually pulled that in a little bit, didn't it? Yeah, it did. Look at that. That's different. Okay. So what if we snap the stairs to that? Yeah, I can see it's laying over the top of that like so. So in order to do that, one of two things are going to happen. I'm either going to have to just kind of sacrifice flatness, right? So that way we can actually have a flat entrance into this. Alright, there we go. And then in this here, maybe if I can bring this down a little, still get that lighting effect. Just got to find the right position here. There we go. But I don't think that's gonna... Nope. Damn it. I wonder if flipping that over is gonna make the difference here. I think it will. Alright, so if that's where our flat needs to be, so we can actually get in here. And then if we take that, and let's try flipping that over. Alright, so now, do I have my flippy-do materials around? I do not. Alright, where's my flippy-do materials? Flippy-do, where are you? There you are. I don't know if I'm going to be able to share the space, but we're going to try. I might be pushing my luck. Yeah. Yeah, it's not going to want to. I can see it. We're sharing space with an upside down and a right side up, so it's really not going to want to do what it's supposed to do. Come on. I can see the ghost. It's right there. Yeah, it's not wanting to stick to that. See? It's canceling itself out. I can't get the... I can't get the flip point. Yeah, it's canceled out. It's only going and connecting to... Okay, that's weird. What if we do that? Yeah, I didn't plan on that, but okay. That should probably actually work, right? Oh, but it's going to be too far over. Okay, never mind. Okay, so that's not going to work. That's too bad. I was hoping it would. It is not. We've got too much upside down, right side up stuff going on. So... unfortunately, that will not do. Now we could change up what we're using here since the lights aren't going to show up, so I might do that. Yeah, we're not getting any of that lighting shining through. So... So hoping this would cut through and we could see some of the lighting, but it doesn't seem to be cutting through the direction I thought it was gonna. I thought we could get some light in that band, but... there we go. But even that's not working. Okay. It's like right there, but not quite. Like if this weren't in the way. Let's see what that looks like. Could get that band, change that. You'd have the band of light in the middle. Get rid of this here. And then say, oh, I don't know, put maybe that in its place. And then we could have the lights kind of in this central band, but I kind of like the look of this bit here. But that's not bad, actually. That's not bad at all. And then this could come down. Oh, see, but now we got a gap here. Okay, we got a gap in something, right? Yeah, right here. See that gap here? Which could be filled with that. Gives us a different light show. Don't worry, we're going to reload. So that gives a different look, which I kind of am now sort of liking better than that one. That's a tough call on that. That could go either way. Oh, I am past the time I wanted to be. Okay, let's see who's on. Who can we raid? Let me take a look here. Let's see who's on. Take a look. Oh, Enra Silver, and there's only one person watching. We need to go over to Enra Silver. All right, let's do that. Will, are you still here? If so, can you drop Enra's link? If you are, or if there's a moderator in here, could we drop Enra Silver's link? He's only got one person watching. Let's head over there. Let's give him some folks to give him some love over there. But we're looking at Enra Silver, ENRASILVER. Go check him out. Good dude. I'm not sure what he's doing right now. I have a feeling might be doing some exploring, but all right, we're gonna end here, which is good because this means that I did not destroy what I was already working on. I want to thank everybody for hanging out today. I do appreciate it. You guys have been awesome. You guys in chat are always awesome. Thank you for hanging out and taking some time with me. Let's go give Enra Silver a little love, shall we? I wish we had a mod in to drop the link, but let's check out Enra Silver. ENR. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Let me see what I can do with that. I might be able to. Drop it. Every once in a while I get smart and I know what the hell I'm doing. Not always, but I think, hold on guys, before you take off, so you guys can, there it is. So there's a link for Enra Silver. Let's go give him some love. Let's do an APG raid, alright? Everyone, thank you. I really appreciate it. I've got a couple more weeks off of work before I'm cleared. So you're going to be seeing me a little bit more now that I'm recuperating, feeling a little bit better, starting to feel a little more creative. So, until next time, this has been me, APG, also known as Kevin C, wishing all of you out there in the No Man's Skyverse a little bit of love, peace, and starship grease. Get those action pants on, get out there, and start building some wacky stuff. And let's head over to Enra Silver, hashtag APG Raid. Let's show them some love. Let's get them some views over there, alright? Alright, thank you much, everybody. Have yourself a wonderful day, and hit that notifications button so you can know when I'm coming on again. Take care, everybody.